Otters is a simple card game in which we play as otters who are trying to collect pearls, but also they are trying to avoid picking up too many sea urchins. A weird idea. Every time I ever saw otters in real life, it was at aquariums, and there were always some corny puns about the name of the animal. So now I have to wonder if this game is gonna be otterific or utterly pointless. So, game for 3 to 5 players. We have a deck of cards. Most cards represent actions with pretty cute illustrations of otters doing weird stuff. But then we also have the sea urchin cards, and those are the ones that we want to avoid. You shuffle the deck and you give 2 cards to each player. There should not be sea urchin cards in their hand at the beginning. If somebody gets 1, you put it sort of in the middle of the deck. That's what the rules say. And that's a constant thing in this game. When sea urchins are removed from someone's hand, they go kind of in the middle of the deck, so they'll come back over and over again. You also have pearls. We have white pearls with numerical values between 0 and 4. And also black pearls with value between 0 and -3. At the beginning of the game, you give each player a random face down pearl. They can look at their own, but it's important they keep it secret from other players. The idea is that you're trying to score as many points as possible by collecting pearls, try to avoid the black pearls, get other people stuck with them, and that's the idea. So when it is your turn, at the beginning of your turn, you will draw a card. It goes into your hand. Oh, lovely. And then you play a card. If you play an action card, you do what it says. Maybe I'll take 2 pearls from the pool. Thank you very much. Even good. All right. And then I discard that. And that would be the end of my turn. The next player goes. The idea is start with 2 hands, draw 1, play 1, and do what it says and continue like this. Tricky thing, if you want to play a sea urchin, so you get rid of it, you remove it from your hand and goes kind of in the middle of the deck, you need to collect a random black pearl. Oh, lovely, the worst. You need to collect a random black pearl, and that's important. Why? Because if there are no black pearls left, then you cannot play a sea urchin card. So when you get into your hand, it stays there. And if at the end of your turn you have 2 sea urchin cards in your hand, then you're out of the game. Doesn't mean you lost, you just revealed the 2 sea urchins and you're out of the game. And remember, the sea urchins kept getting stuck, piled up here, so that will happen. That will happen, and so you're out of the game. You cannot play anymore, but also people cannot steal your pearls anymore because a lot of game effects that will cause the pearls to be moved around. And the game continues until only 1 player is left, and at that point that triggers the end of the game. Players reveal all the pearls that they have. They tally their total, and the player with the highest score wins the game. That's the idea. I'm gonna show you now the deck more in detail, so you may pause or slow down, and so you get a sense of what are some of the effects that you may encounter in this game. That symbol means a black or a white pearl, your choice. And some of these effects are kind of like unclear exactly. There's some details about what you should reveal, things like that are not completely clear. I think I gave you a sense of both the art, which is possibly my favorite thing in this game. Ooh, spoiler for the conclusions. And I gave you a sense of the effects that you find in Otters. I can state with confidence that Otters is a game that exists. It really does. It has a box, cards, there are illustrations, and there's text on those cards, and there are rules, and you follow the rules and you execute moves, and it's a game that exists. And that's pretty much my impression, my feeling. I was playing it, but I didn't do anything for me. I almost felt like I wasn't playing a game. Gameplay was so trivial, so mechanical, so mindless, that, I don't know, it didn't do anything other than I confirmed the existence of the game and the fact that the rules are functioning with some ambiguity in some of the card effects. If you wanna move your hands and objects around like you're playing a game, Otters is that. Although again, I didn't feel like I was playing a game at all. There was nothing particularly interesting in it other than the illustrations that were fun, but also that the shine goes away after, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. So it's a very simple, light party game, completely dominated by randomness. You may get a lot of sea urchins early on, and that's it for you. You may get a lot of effects that allow you to redirect sea urchins. There's the feeling that there's bluffing and there's trying to guess what the opponents had to steal the better pearls, but then your ability to do so is completely subjected to the draw, to the luck of the draw, and so in truth there isn't much of a point in trying to figure out which pearl is which. Just grab it if you can, and don't if you can't. It exists. It really exists. Now, it reminded me of a game that a lot of other people like. It's about detonating young felines, which kind of gives the same flow of like, get random cards, see what happens, and maybe have a laugh with your friends. Even when it comes to light party games, I don't know, this one just had nothing to hold my interest. This being said, I don't have to guess. I know it has an audience because my kids, my teenage kids, sometimes have friends over and then they come and ask me, hey, can you teach us a game? Yes, I'm that lucky. I got teenagers who want to play games with me. I'm that cool. What can I say? And so I played this with them, and trust me, 13, 15, 17-year-olds, this group here, they really enjoyed it. They had the kind of reactions they believe the designers expected. Friendly banter, jokes about, oh, I have to be mean to you, but it's really very mild. Doesn't feel like there's a lot of, cutthroat mechanics, maybe paper cut, small injuries. So a little bit of banter there, joking, and then, oh, you have that, therefore, blah, blah, blah. They didn't seem to mind how light, random the game was. They were just performing the effects and having a good time. So I guess for a really light form of entertainment, for people who are happy with that, with a very random, very loose card game, this game has an audience. That audience just so happens doesn't include me.